Hello, my name is Josh. I can't wait to see how badly my last video ages LeFever. And today I'm going to be doing my rankings on how I feel about each team heading into the 2023-24 NFL season. Um, Not much else to say. Starting with the Baltimore Ravens. They signed OBJ. They got a pretty young receiving core. Hopefully, what's his name, Rashad Bateman can break out, have a good year. They extended Lamar Jackson. That was a good deal in my opinion. Eh, Gus the Bus, pretty good. I think they're a playoff team. I don't think they're a contender, and I do think they're going to be better than the wild card. So playoff team, in my opinion, for the Baltimore Ravens. Up next is the New Orleans Saints. They signed Derek Carr, got Jamal Williams. Unfortunately, that hurts as a Lions fan, but they are a potential wild card team because of how bad that division is with the Bucks, the Falcons, the Panthers, you know. But they could be a potential wild card team. Um, the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon. Hopefully his problems aren't that severe. I have them as contenders. Potentially they can make it. Not a favorite though. I think they're a contender. The Miami Dolphins. Tua, hopefully he can stop getting concussions and they can actually block for him. Hopefully they get him a better offensive line. They drafted him, I think his name is Devon A-Chain for the running back room. I think he'll be all right. I think they are. Ooh, this might be a bit of a hot take. They are potential wild cards in my opinion. I don't think. I don't get me wrong. They're really good. They can be more of a playoff team. But I have to see a little bit more from Tua. See if he can bring those concussions down. And yeah, the Denver Broncos. They are, I'm sorry, mediocre at best. I know they got Sean Payton, but Russell Wilson was terrible last season. Not really sure if they can fix that all in one season. So I'm going to say mediocre at best. New York Giants. Again, this might be a hot take for some people, but I have them missing the playoffs. They are paying $45 million a year to Daniel Jones. The receivers are terrible. Saquon, he came back to form a little bit. Hopefully he can stay like that, stay healthy, but still missing the playoffs, in my opinion. The Minnesota Vikings. They are potential wild cards, a wild card team, but not much past that. I think last year was just a fluke season. The way that they were winning games is just not sustainable. So, yeah, potential wild cards. The LA Rams. I'm a huge Stafford fan, of course, with being a Lions fan. Love that he won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, but he's really injury prone now. Got a few problems. I think they're going to be mediocre at best, but not much better than that. Tampa Bay. Um, yeah, number one pick contention. Like their quarterback room is not good. Baker Mayfield, Kyle Trask. Yeah, they got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and the works, but and their defense is getting old. Their defense is still pretty good, but I got them as being really, really bad. The Detroit Lions, trying not to be as biased as possible, but I have them as a playoff team. Like I said in my other video, I have them making it to the divisional round and losing. As a Lions fan, I'd be happy to be there, even if we lost in the wild card. That's still a win for the season in my book. Honestly, winning the division is a win in my book. So, yeah. The Chicago Bears. I got them missing the playoffs. Justin Fields could build off from last season where he improved a good bit. Hopefully, he can form more as a passer and not rely on running all the time. But yeah, missing the playoffs. The 49ers, definitely a playoff team. Depending on how their quarterback situation goes with Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, who knows? I think once Brock Purdy is healthy, he's going to end up being the starter. I think they're going to end up trading Trey Lance, but who knows? Only time will tell. We'll just have to see. Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, God. They were so good last season. Made it all the way to the Super Bowl, only to lose to the Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But with that being said, I have them as contenders once again. Jalen Hurts is fantastic. Dallas Goedert, AJ Brown. They traded Miles Sanders, but they got DeAndre Swift from my Detroit Lions. Hopefully he does good for you guys. He just couldn't stay healthy for us. Hopefully he can stay healthy for you guys. It'd be the Lions' luck if he does. But yeah, the Raiders. Jimmy G, Devontae Adams. They traded Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs. Their defense is kind of mid. I have them. I'm going to have them missing the playoffs. I think they're not going to be as bad as people think they will, but I think they're going to have a negative record, like maybe like 8-9. But yeah. Green Bay Packers. Not on the love train. I'm not. I think they're going to be mediocre. Maybe win 6 games at most. But we'll have to see. Maybe Jordan Love, and gosh, I hope not. I'm so tired of the Packers having good quarterbacks. Man. But we'll see. Hopefully not, as a Lions fan. The Commanders. Mediocre at best. You know, I mean, Sam Howell, is that who they're going to be starting, or Jacoby Brissett? We all seen how the Carson Wentz thing went. But Scary Terry, Jahan Doxson, I think his name is. Maybe I said that completely wrong. Sorry if I did. But yeah. Arizona Cardinals. There's not really a whole lot to say about the Cardinals. Kyler Murray's going to be hurt for most of, if not all of the season. They're going to be worse than the Buccaneers by a mile. They might have the potential number 1 and 2 picks depending on how the Texans do, I think it is. And we'll get to them when we get to them. But yeah, the Steelers. But this might be a hot take as well, but potential wild card team. And now hear me out. I know we got to see more from Kenny Pickett, but Najee Harris, he can be very good. Their offensive line needs to be better. Mike Tomlin, as long as Mike Tomlin is their head coach, they will never have a record under 500. So even at 9-8, they can make the playoffs. Yeah. But not much farther than the wild card, though. Buffalo Bills. Here's where it starts getting crazy. Super Bowl favorites. We have our first Super Bowl favorite. I think the Buffalo Bills are they're all that potential on their team is just being wasted right now. I think Josh Allen is a fantastic quarterback. Stephon Diggs, Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, re-signed a few people on defense. I think they're going to be very, very good. And hopefully they can make it past the divisional this time. Atlanta Falcons. Young but intriguing, with Desmond Ridder at quarterback. Who knows how good he'll be, if he's good at all. They drafted Bijan, which was questionable since they had a rookie running back that had over 1,000 yards already. But Bijan is strengthening an already strong portion of the team. So yeah, I think they're young but intriguing. Probably won't go have more than 8 wins, maybe. But since that division is so bad, that could potentially get them in the playoffs. So who knows? Seattle Seahawks. Hot take Central. I think they're gonna miss the playoffs. Although, however, with that division being somewhat bad now, with really the 49ers being the other good team, they could still make it as a wild card team. But like I said in the other video, Geno Smith, I don't think is going to be as productive as last year. That's just my opinion, though. We'll just have to see. Probably going to eat those words because I normally do, but that's fine. New England Patriots. Missing the playoffs. Yep, Mac Jones. Gosh, Mac Jones and that whole situation is interesting. Really, I don't have much to say about them. I really dislike the Patriots. Just not a fan of theirs. Moving on to a not much better team either. Deshaun Watson, really enough said. Mediocre at best. Yeah, not going to continue on that one. Houston Texans. I would say young but intriguing. Not number one pick contention. CJ Stroud, he could be very good, but hopefully he breaks the track record of Ohio State quarterbacks being not good in the NFL. Justin Fields could also break that track record, but I digress. Also, as a Michigan fan, that really hurts to say, but Kansas City Chiefs, straight up here. Yep, they won the Super Bowl last season. Patrick Mahomes, fantastic. Travis Kelce, fantastic. However, they traded Smith-Schuster. They drafted Rashee Rice. Kadarius Toney could be very good. Hopefully, he has a breakout season. Sky Moore, his first NFL touchdown was in the Super Bowl. Take that as you will. Maybe he can build off that, but yeah. Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to say they're a playoff team, even though they probably won't make it past the divisional. Maybe even the wild card, depending on who they play. Hopefully it's a rematch against the 49ers. So that would be hilarious. Although they lost their best center, Ezekiel Elliott. So that's a devastating loss. Hopefully they can move on from that. The Chargers. I'm a huge Justin Herbert fan, and they drafted Quentin Johnston. He could probably be very good. He's got to work on his catching form. He likes to catch with his body, but that can be coached. If he can get past that, he'll be very good. Hopefully they can keep Austin Eckler. I know that he wants to trade and wants to leave and this, that, and the other. Hopefully they can keep him. I have them as potential wild cards. Depending on who they play in the first round, they could maybe make it to the divisional. They'd probably have to play. Oh, let's look at our next team, the New York Jets. I have them as a playoff team now with Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. I think it's hilarious with all the Zach Wilson controversy and with what he said, going to make that person's life hell in practice if he gets replaced. Well, there you go. Have fun with Rodgers. Carolina Panthers. Young but intriguing. They got Bryce Young, first overall. They drafted that one receiver. I forgot his name. They got Miles Sanders at running back now. Yeah, not much else to say. Young but intriguing. They could be very good. Tennessee Titans. Honestly, they're collapsing. They are collapsing bad. Ryan Tannehill, I used to love him as a quarterback, but he's kind of fallen off a cliff. Derrick Henry's getting old. Yeah, they traded A.J. Brown, which was terrible. Traylon Burke, maybe he could end up being good, but eh. The Colts, young but intriguing. Same thing kind of with these other teams, the Texans and the Panthers. Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor if he can stay healthy. They drafted a receiver, Josh Downs, I think it was, in the draft. He could be very good in the slot. Yeah. And the Jacksonville Jaguars. Playoff team. Trevor Lawrence. Hopefully he can build off last season. We're not going to talk about that playoff win where the Chargers absolutely blew it. I think it was a 27-0 lead. Horrible, horrible. But, yeah, other than that, this is my tier list for the 2023-24 NFL season. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.